I miss you. I miss filming for you, and I miss updating. 2025 is halfway through, and it is time for a wrap-up. I haven't done a proper wrap-up in such a long time. I'm sorry. I used to do them after the end of every month, and then I stopped. I don't know. Okay, there was a month where I read like 2 books, and I felt bad, and I should do those as well, because reading 2 books in a month is fine, and I shouldn't cry about it. Okay? I say I'm an overachiever. Don't blame me. Blame my mother. I'm going to do a mid-year freak out thingy. I love doing those. I love doing those so much because it gives me perspective. First of all, though, hello, how are you? I'm sorry I can't be as loud as I usually am because everyone is asleep. Okay, it's like 5. Can you hear all the birdies? I love doing these because they give me like a full perspective on actually everything that I've read in such a simplistic way, because I overthink. Like if you tell me now, oh, what has been your favorite book in 2025? I can't answer you. But then when I do these, I go down memory lane that is just 6-month-old memory lane, and I feel good about my bookish achievements. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. I'm gonna try not to look at my Goodreads. It's better, right? It's better, right? No, you can't answer me. Answer me later. Best book you've read so far in 2025. Fuck. Okay, shit. Let's just go with my gut. My gut tells me that it is The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I loved this so much. I documented my reading process of this book on my TikTok. The 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Thornton. I documented everything while reading this book. I had the best of time ever. I had the deep. This is a thrill. This is a thrill, okay? I love this so much. What I'm gonna say is a bit blasphemous, but I don't care. This is like what Agatha Christie wants to be. Like, I feel like this is... I don't mean that seriously. Yeah, maybe. It's my opinion, okay? Fuck. Let me have my opinions, please. I have nothing. At a party thrown by her parents, Evelyn Hardcastle will be killed again. I'm gonna restrain from reading you the rest of the back of the book, and if you want to read this book, can you please try to read it without looking it up or without reading the back of the book, because it spoils something that we figured that out this deep in. No, that's worse. This much in the book, we figure that part out, and it just spoils it in the back of the book. And I think it's a cool thing if they didn't do that. That was my only issue with this. 5 stars, but I think this was the first 5 stars of 2025. This book had me annotating a map. I was going back and forth, and each chapter we would figure out something that would change the entire narrative. We are stuck with someone, right, that is trying to solve this murder, right? But then every time he wakes up, he would wake up in a different body. And I loved the experience of being in different bodies so much. It was so fun. It is so well written, and it's just entertaining and vicious. Absolutely freaking vicious. The violence in this book is something that gravitated me. I loved it so freaking much. I kept digging for plot holes, and so far I haven't found any. I will definitely reread this, and I think I'm gonna just like it even more. This was so incredibly entertaining. A new release that you read and enjoyed in 2025. Okay. Queen of Mazes and Mirrors by Rhiannon Hargaden. This is the 3rd book in the Descendants of the Fate series, which is two books that I've read already and talked to you about. It's going to be, this is so part of what's going to be, hopefully, if I do remember correctly, a 5-book series. I've already read and talked to you about the first 2 books. My favorite so far is definitely the second one. I did enjoy all of them. Obviously, I love them a lot, but my favorite is the second one so far. It's the video where I look like really pretty. And you're like, Marie, but like you look pretty in all your videos. And I'm like, I know. I'm sleep deprived. Okay, I'm sorry. This is the third in the Descendants of the Fates series. It ends on a cliffhanger. And she does that with all of the rest of her books, and I like it. It's so fun. So fun. I had the honor of interviewing Rhiannon Hargaden on my TikTok. Unfortunately, I did not record it for YouTube. I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm so sorry. I was so nervous. So follow me there, and you'll see me interviewing cool authors that say yes to me. Thank you in advance to everyone that's gonna say yes to me. The Descendants of the Fates series literally follow the descendants of our Greek mythology fates that you know and love: death, life, and birth. More specifically, Atropos, Death, and her granddaughter, who is the Grim Reaper. I know. It's insanely good. Just the plot is insanely good, and the writing just keeps getting better and better and better, and I absolutely love it. This book definitely works as a bridge to what's coming, and we are waiting for 2 more books, and it feels like a bridge for those remaining 2 more books. But if you read the first 2, it's just so freaking enjoyable. It's dark. It's deliciously dark. It's deliciously dark. It's viciously yummy. It's gothic, it's Victorian, it's Greek mythology and witchcraft and occult, and I really liked it. Is it cheating to pick 2 books? Because there is another new release, or maybe there is another question for this. Never mind. The biggest disappointment of 2025 so far. Ooh, Lovecraft Country. Yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so this was recommended to me by a bookseller whose opinion I trusted. Delia, never again. Thank you. I'm kidding, you're sweet. But this is horrible. It's not horrible, okay? I was just extremely, the hype. I'm still yet to watch the show, and I want to. Maybe I'll watch the show and reread the book, and it'll make it better. But for now, just reading the book, I had a really hard time with it. It felt like it's teasing me, and it's promising me things, right? It felt like, oh, it's promising me lots and lots of things. The plot alone is incredibly so freaking inviting. Chicago, 1954. When his father goes missing, 22-year-old Army veteran Atticus Turner embarks on a road trip to New England to find him. And then we do go to find his father, and we find something so much bigger, and I got so freaking excited. I thought, hell yes, this is reminding me of American Gods, which I loved. I didn't like the show that much. I loved the book so freaking much. I was just disappointed. I just kept feeling like we're being promised things. When we go on the road trip and we get to our destination, there's this whole thing that we discover, right? And I'm promised these things and these adventures, but we never really go anywhere. And then we go to somewhere else. And also the pacing of the book confused me, and maybe that's my issue. So I definitely want to reread this. The way the chapters are split, I did not expect that. It's like every chapter is a short story. I can just pick up one chapter and read it, and it can work as its own short story. They're all tethered, but it can still work, right? And we have a cast of characters, and every chapter is following one of them as a short story, and it's all tethered into a big thing. And I was confused by that for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't expect that, and I was extremely confused. But then we go back and forth, and there were stories that I loved. We have a play on classic stories and classic short stories, and my favorite was the play on Jekyll and Hyde with a character named Ruby. I loved that story so much, and it definitely made this book worth it for me, and it made me say, yeah, this is maybe this is my fault. I will read this again. But so far, this is the biggest disappointment. What has been the biggest surprise in 2025 so far? Ooh, okay, I have a few. I don't know if it's cheating if I pick 2, because I do have a few. The first one that popped into my head is Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden. I just found this, okay? I found it on YouTube, and I listened to it in like 2 settings or something, and it was so good. This is a coming-of-age sapphic story, and I loved it so much. I listened to this after the Miseducation of Karen Post, which is one of my favorite movies, and I thought, finally, I need to read the book, so I did. And I loved the book, and then I found this, and I thought, wow, I'm gonna read this, so I did. And I loved it. It was cute and wholesome and beautiful and heartwarming, and I liked it a lot, and I'm definitely in the market for more books like this. Another one that fully surprised me, I mean, in every way possible, I was on my TikTok and someone DM'd me and she was just like, congratulations, you won a giveaway. I didn't even know that I entered a freaking giveaway, I swear to God, I don't know, okay? But I got a book on Audible and I listened to it. I loved it so much. And that is Twisted Endings, a collection of short stories by Samira Alexander. This is a collection of 7 or 8, I think 7 short stories that are psychological horror-ish, but don't let that fool you if you're not into horror. This was so freaking funny and so fun, and I didn't expect it to be funny, but it actually made me laugh multiple times. It includes lines, before I found God, I was good with these hands, by pastor before punching someone, and it's funny. Oh my God, there was this scene where someone came to do a confessional, like at church, right? And they gave him a 20 and he took it, and the person that was giving him the 20 confessed to going to strip clubs like behind his wife's back, right? And the pastor, when he took the 20, he was just like, I took it. But I was thinking, like, which butt cheek was this 20 in? And I didn't expect that to be in a book like this. And it was so funny. Every short story is very unique and very well done. And go figure, the author is a psychologist, I think, or a clinical psychologist. And she used that to the benefit of the story. I really, really liked it. Favorite new author, debut or new to you? I think I'm gonna go with Stuart Thornton for this one as well. I can't get the book out of my mind, and I'm going with these answers. It's like the first thing that pops into my head, that must be it, because I remember it, right? I think I'm gonna go with Stuart Thornton again. I haven't read more of his books, and I'm kind of scared to read more of his books because the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle was so freaking good to me, and I found myself having fun with that book a lot, and it's a 5-star. It was the first 5-star of 2025. New fictional crush. Don't judge me, okay? Thank you. But there was a footman in the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle, and he was just killing. He was just killing and killing and killing. He was just killing everything that moved in the most violent, brutal ways. Not even brutal as in breaking bones ways, but just bloody ways. Yeah. Newest favorite character. This, oh, sheesh. Oh my God. Do I have a new favorite character? I feel like I'm gonna have a new favorite character soon because I'm planning on reading a shit ton of fantasy soon. I'm done with contemporary and historical retelling stuff. Shit, okay. Ooh, I think that goes to the main character in Extasia or Extasia. I'm not supposed to tell you the name because that's a whole part of the story. This book, this bitch. I love her. I love her so much. A book that made you cry this year so far. I haven't cried this year so far because of a book, which is why I'm currently rereading A Little Life. Hopefully I'll cry soon, but so far I haven't cried. A book that made you happy. Annie on My Mind, The Aleph, and Extasia made me happy. Twisted Endings, like it fully out loud verbally made me laugh. The most beautiful book you've got so far this year. Easy. Oh, not easy. Extasia is really pretty. It's really pretty, and without just the hardcover, without the dust jacket, it's just black. But I love this. I love this. I love how simple it is, and it's just pretty, right? But I don't think this is the prettiest book I've gotten so far. This was given to me, by the way. They've been gifted to me by the Fantasy Bookshop on TikTok. She does beautiful boxes, like bookish boxes. I think it's this. I love it. I do have a Clarice Lispector one that's pink and magenta, but I love green so much, and I think it's this. This is a collection of Shirley Jackson's short stories, and I've been going through it since I got it, and it's just so freaking beautiful. Books you need to read by the end of the year. I appreciate the S. Thank you for saying books. Fuck. I'm trying not to do the whole need to read and stuff like that, so I would just be fluid, you know, and read whatever the frick I want. But I kind of really want more from Ahmed Khalid Tawfiq. Ahmed Khalid Tawfiq is an Egyptian author. I loved it so much. More of his books, definitely more of his books. Play As It Lays, I can't show you that, okay. Joan Didion's Play As It Lays. I need to read this soon. I've been just eyeing it since I had it. I've been eyeing it, and I've just been preoccupied with ARCs and beta reads and buddy reads and stuff like that. So I need to read this soon. I also just want more fantasy. I do have the second book in the Farsi trilogy, and that is Royal Assassin. I read The Assassin's Apprentice, loved it so much, so I do really want to read this before the end of the year. A book you'd like to see turned into a movie. Ooh, a book I read this year that I want to see turned into a movie. Tenderly I Am Devoured by Lyndall Clipstone. I like that one so much. It's Victorian Gothic, Edgar Allan Poe, Mary Shelley, Shirley Jackson vibe situation. I loved it. I think it would be, if well done, I think it would be a really cool movie. Finally, a book you'd recommend to everyone. Mitla Icarus. It translates to Like Icarus by Dr. Ahmed Khalid Tawfiq. This follows Mahmoud al-Samnoudi. He is someone who is weird, grows up as just the weird kid around, basically like a freak, you know. That's what it says in the back of the book. I'm not actually calling him a freak. Yeah, but that's what he's promoted as, right? And then he gets into the occult and reading specific books and stuff like that. And he develops something. He develops something, you know. It is the occult done in such a beautiful way. I don't know if this is translated to English or not. If it is, this is what it looks like. If there's nothing here, it hasn't been translated. I think it should have been translated, to be honest, and if it's not, you are missing out. This is great. Learn Arabic, okay? للحقيقة ثمن وللمعرفة ثمن، وقد دفع محمود السمنودي مقابل معرفته نبذا وألما ومعاناة منذ طفولته كطفل غريب الأطوار بين أقرانه، ثم كرجل لا يرغب أحد في الاقتراب منه. تدور أحدث رواية عام 2020 وتمتد إلى المستقبل، ثم تعود إلى الماضي لتجتمع كل الخيوط في حجرة داخل مصحة للعلاج النفسي. يمكث فيها رجل قادر على قراءة أحداث الأزمنة قبل أن يجبر نفسه على الصمت. This is told to us by someone other than Mahmoud, but it's speaking about him, so it's like a third person, first person POV, and we meet Mahmoud and go throughout his life with him when he goes into the psych ward, and the narrative keeps changing back and forth with him in the psych ward, with him before and with him after the psych ward, and what happens to him after. And it's heartbreaking. I absolutely loved it. 5 out of 5 stars. That's it. Okay, please let me know. We'll answer any of the questions if you want in the comments. I would love to chat with you about books, and let me know what have been your favorite books so far. How many have you read? What is your goal, if you do have a goal? And what has been your least favorite books? Those are the best comments, because I like to rant and hate about books, okay? Especially if we hate on the same book. Other than that though, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this. Love you. Bye.